These 10 men didn't break the rules. They committed straight-up felonies in shoulder pads on national television while millions watched. The NFL had to write brand new rules, hand out record suspensions, and still couldn't stop them. Sports Illustrated already crowned our number 10, the dirtiest player to ever play the game. Let's begin. Number 10, Conrad Dobler, the godfather of dirty. 1970s Cardinals offensive lineman. He didn't block people, he assaulted them. Biting fingers, kicking guys in the nuts, raking faces with forearms, twisting ankles after the whistle. Merlin Olsen, Hall of Famer, said Dobler bit his finger so hard in a pile he needed stitches. Dobler's response when asked about it? "I'm just trying to win, man. If that means biting a finger off, I'll spit it out later." He punched Joe Green in the face mask, head-butted Randy Gradishar, and once kicked Deacon Jones in the balls so hard, Deacon had to be carried off. Sports Illustrated put him on the cover with the headline, "Pro Football's Dirtiest Player." Dobler framed it and hung it in his living room. Number 9, Rodney Harrison, the original headhunter. Patriots and Chargers safety. Receivers knew if they came across the middle, they were getting decapitated. He launched helmet first into defenseless guys all day. 2004 playoffs, he cracked Colts DR Reggie Wayne so late, the NFL fined him $75K on the spot. Harrison just laughed and said, "Worth every penny." He once knocked out 2 Browns receivers in the same game. Both concussed, both carted off. Jerry Rice said Harrison was the only defender who ever made him think twice about running a slant. Jerry fucking Rice. Number 8, Bill Romanowski, the steroid psycho. This man wasn't playing football. He was a walking chemical weapon with a helmet. Christmas Eve, 1997, nationally televised game, Romanowski walks straight up to 49ers receiver J.J. Stokes and spits a loogie the size of a golf ball right in his face. Slow-motion replay showed it hanging off Stokes' cheek like glue. A few years earlier in preseason, he karate-kicked teammate Kerry Collins in the head so hard he fractured Collins' jaw, ended his season, and Collins still needed wires in his mouth months later. He called Marcus Williams the N-word repeatedly, then spat in his face too while laughing. In his own autobiography, he bragged about injecting so much testosterone, HGH, and horse steroids that he literally saw red everywhere and blacked out with rage. Super Bowl 32, he grabs Chiefs tight end Tony Gonzalez by the throat with both hands and tries to twist his head clean off his shoulders in front of 70 million people. His own Raiders teammates said practice was terrifying because Romo would punch, kick, and bite anyone near him, even in walkthroughs. Bill Belichick, the darkest human in the league, finally kicked him out of New England after one season because even Belichick was scared Romanowski was going to kill someone in the facility. This wasn't football. This was a rabid animal in shoulder pads.
Number 7, Charles Martin, the one-play assassin. November 23, 1986, Soldier Field, Bears-Packers rivalry at its most toxic. Jim McMahon throws a pick and is already 2 steps out of bounds, jogging toward the sideline, helmet off, totally defenseless. Charles Martin, Green Bay's number 94, had been waiting all game. He kept a white towel tucked in his waistband with McMahon's number scrawled in black marker like a bounty hunter's target list. Camera catches him staring at it before the play. 3 full seconds after the whistle, Martin charges in, wraps both arms around McMahon's waist, lifts the quarterback high overhead like a sack of cement, and body slams him straight down onto the frozen turf. McMahon's right shoulder hits first, separates instantly, season over. The Bears sideline explodes, Mike Dick is screaming, players sprinting onto the field ready to commit murder. The NFL hands Martin a 2-game suspension, the longest on-field suspension until Bountygate. He never played another meaningful snap. One premeditated, cold-blooded hit made him the most hated man in football forever. Number 6, Jack Tatum, the assassin. Oakland Raiders safety, the original headhunter. August 12, 1978, preseason game at the Oakland Coliseum against the New England Patriots. Darryl Stingley, a fast, promising young receiver, runs a simple 15-yard crossing route over the middle. The ball is already past him, incomplete. Tatum sees him coming, lowers his helmet like a missile, and launches shoulder first straight into Stingley's chest and neck at full speed. The crack echoes through the stadium. Stingley collapses instantly, his body goes limp, and he never moves his arms or legs again. Paralyzed from the chest down for the rest of his life at age 26. It was a meaningless preseason game. Tatum never went to the hospital, never called, never apologized. Not once. When reporters asked him about it years later, he shrugged and said, "I like to believe that my best hits border on felonious assault." He wrote 3 books bragging about his style. The first one was titled "They Call Me Assassin," and the cover had blood splattered across it. He signed copies with a smile. Cold-blooded doesn't even scratch the surface. This man played dirty. He hunted human beings for sport.
Number 5. Vontaze Burfict, the modern devil. Cincinnati Bengals linebacker, the only player the NFL had to permanently erase to protect itself. He owns the record for most games suspended in league history, over 31 and still climbing. Wildcard 2016 against Pittsburgh, Antonio Brown is airborne, defenseless, helmet already turning away. Burfict launches crown first straight into Brown's temple at full speed. The crack is sickening. Brown lies motionless, concussed so badly he still feels migraines years later and missed the rest of the playoffs. Same drive, Burfict grabs 2 different Steelers by the ankles after the whistle and twists viciously, trying to shred ligaments on purpose. He speared Ben Roethlisberger in the ribs, elbow dropped Juju Smith-Schuster while Juju was on the ground, and clotheslined Jack Doyle so hard Doyle's helmet spun off. Referees, players, even his own coaches begged the league to stop him. The NFL finally banned him indefinitely. Burfict went on radio and said he wouldn't change a thing. This man didn't play dirty, he hunted human beings for sport.
Number 4. Greg Williams and Bountygate Saints. 2009 to 2011 New Orleans Saints defense straight up organized crime. Defensive coordinator Greg Williams stood in front of the room before every game and put actual cash bounties on opposing players' heads. $1,000 for a knockout, $1,500 for a card-off, $500 just for a big hit. The bounty pool grew to over $50,000 in cold, hard cash passed around the locker room in envelopes. "Kill the head and the body will die." That was Williams' favorite line screamed in meetings. Target list taped to the wall. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, anybody who could beat them. In the 2009 NFC Championship, Vikings quarterback Brett Favre took 3 blatant illegal shots. High-low chops, helmet to the knee, everything planned. Favre could barely walk after the game. The investigation uncovered audio of Williams yelling "put a lick on his ass" seconds before hits. Commissioner Goodell called it the worst scandal in NFL history. Williams was suspended indefinitely. Sean Payton missed the entire 2012 season, multiple players banned. And that same Saints team still won the Super Bowl in 2010 with blood money in their pockets. They celebrated a Lombardi trophy built on broken bodies. Number 3. Ndamukong Suh, the Stomper. Thanksgiving 2011, Suh rips Evan Dietrich Smith's helmet off and stomps on his chest with full force. National television. Kids watching. Suspended 2 games. Then he kicked Matt Schaub directly in the nuts. Kicked Ryan Fitzpatrick in the head, choked Jake Delhomme, grabbed Jay Cutler by the throat. He got fined over $400,000 in his career and just laughed. One teammate said Suh practiced stomping on dummies in the locker room. He enjoyed it. Number 2, Dick Butkus, the original monster. Chicago Bears legend, 8-time All-Pro, Hall of Famer, the blueprint for every psycho linebacker that came after him. Deacon Jones, the man who invented the term sack, said it best. Every time Butkus hit you, he tried to put you in the cemetery, not the hospital. He didn't wait for the whistle to stop. He punched guys in the stomach in the pile, twisted knees like he was trying to unscrew them, raked his forearm across throats long after the play was dead. One time against the Lions, he grabbed running back Mel Favre by the face mask, dragged him 5 extra yards while Favre's feet kicked helplessly, then flung him to the ground like trash just because he felt like it. Opponents swore they heard Butkus growling and snarling behind that toothless grin before the ball was even snapped. Referees were terrified to throw flags on him because he'd stare them down like he wanted to fight them next. The league literally created the Butkus rule, banning certain forearm strikes and head slaps because of him alone. And then, in the ultimate joke, they put him in Canton and named the award for the nastiest linebacker every year after the dirtiest one who ever lived, Untouchable Monster. And now, the dirtiest player to ever wear an NFL uniform, the only man who made every single name on this list look like choir boys.
Number 1, Lawrence Taylor, the Cocaine Chaos King. He didn't just play dirty, he was chaos in human form. Cocaine binges, hookers, guns, crack pipes in his locker, and then he'd show up and destroy souls. He ended Joe Theismann's career on Monday Night Football with that leg snap heard around the world. He punched offensive linemen in the nuts on purpose, bit guys in piles, grabbed quarterbacks by the face mask and slammed them down. Once tested positive for cocaine twice in the same season and still played. He admitted he sent hookers to opponents' hotel rooms the night before games to tire them out. He didn't break the rules. He raped them, snorted them, and laughed while the league covered it up because he was too good. LT wasn't dirty. He was the reason the word dirty exists in football. If you just watch this entire video with your fists clenched, good. That's exactly how you're supposed to feel. Smash subscribe right now because the next one is even worse. 10 most hated NFL teams of all time. It's going to be a bloodbath in the comments. See you there if you dare.